Yeah, good afternoon, this afternoon. Those in-house with me here, I appreciate your coming this afternoon. And those who are going to be watching this very special episode from the social media handle, from our YouTube channel, we want to appreciate your time for taking your own precious hour to become somebody in your own time. This program, we are going to anchor it in our normal Nigerian language because this is important for all of us to know and to understand that our president is up on his game of empowerment. Before we go ahead, I want to appreciate His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, GCFR. I also want to appreciate the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I want to appreciate the Minister for Science and Tech. I also want to appreciate very specially the Director General of NASDA, Honorable Ambassador, His Gorgeousness, Matthew Olumide Adepoju, the current TG of NASDA. A lot of other very high Nigerians who have been supporting Mr. President in this high-level skills acquisition, human capital development, focusing the unemployed of Nigeria and the middle-aged men and women. This is what we tend to say: the government is ready, and we are also ready to give our support, our quota, to our people, Nigeria. Myself speaking, my name is Engineer Ibrahim Moses Igoche, a very high level tech engineer, and ready to deploy my expertise to the fellow teaming Nigerians in the aspect of operations and maintenance of telecoms equipment, installations, commissioning of every system that has to transmit. It is now time for us to come out and to let Nigeria know what we have been doing in the back door with Mr. President. Today, I bring to you the federal government of Nigeria 3MTT Deep Tech ready for deployment. The Nigerian Training Federal Government of Nigeria 3MTT Deep Tech ready upskilling program for Nigerian 2025 has commenced. Many of us in the past have been agitating strongly for this to happen. And by the grace of God today, it has come to reality. Onboardment has commenced, and we shall be onboarding people across the board. So those who are already in the system, who are working directly with GBB, with Idea Lab Agency, with Trustcom, with also GBB Foundation that is currently fighting, standing tall, closing the gap between Nigerians and the government, the grassroots and the state, the local government and the state government and the federal government. It is now time for us to say, God, we appreciate what you have done for us, that this is happening in our time. In front of me, you can see directly there That's the satellite dish and a communication tower mast standing before us. These are the major areas where we are keying into right now in terms of tech and bringing opportunity to engage Nigerians that are going to be trained almost the first phase. You all know when we talk about satellite installation, it has to do with a space communication. That is where NASA comes in. That is why each time I take this move, I want to remember Dr. Matthew Olumide Adepoju, the director, today standing gallantly to bring Nigerian skilled workers, those who work with their hand, giving them a facelift and onboarding them for mentorship. So on behalf of Nigerians and all over the world, we are saying we are grateful and we promise our nation, Nigeria, and our partners, MTN, Globacom, Etisalat, Airtel, and all the other CDMA mobile operators in Nigeria. It is now time for us, Nigerians, to prove to the operators that over time, experience has taught us that we need to give back to our partners. And our partners need to give back to the society by engaging them as we are going to train them and give them every expertise that they need to be able to maintain anything that has to do with electronics. We are not just dealing with telecom alone. We are dealing with electronics. We are dealing with a lot of mobile technologies. We are dealing with so many systems that transmit, like solar, like generators, every system that has to keep the operational activities going on. We do it all. Most especially, we are keen in to bring the pride of Globacom back. In my last program, I was talking about glow with pride. Why we mean glow, what we mean glow with pride, most of us that just came into the system did not really understand when we talk about glow with pride. This we are going to do, we are going to make sure that by the time we are done from this phase, we will no longer be facing downtime in the telecommunication. For us to continue, I would like to show my face for some of you who are just watching this program for the first time so that you can know the convener and you are going to be very, very happy to see my face as someone who has been in the system over 20 years. Like I said, my name is Engineer Ibrahim Moses Igoche, and I know most of you have been waiting to see who is behind this microphone. It's no other person than Engineer Ibrahim Moses Igoche that you all know. So good afternoon again, afternoon. I'm here. This is Lagos State this afternoon. I'm broadcasting directly from our stations in Lagos. And here we are going to be discussing briefly today about the new engagement of Mr. President and the interest that the country has developed towards building skills that will give us opportunity, most especially in the areas of telecommunications, mass maintenance, installation of antennas, both GSM antenna, microwave antenna, VHF antenna, Yagi, whatever antenna that you can mention, we have the capacity to maintain it. We have the capacity to install it. We have the capacity to make sure that the network providers get full availability. Our concern is to ensure that downtime is brought to zero. We're not really bothered about the money per se because we want to empower the youth. We want to give them the right skills. We want to be able to say, this set of people are ready to deploy and carry out the operation that we have been preaching for. Today, Mr. President has made it possible. The application is online. For those of you who does not know how to apply online, You can call us on our usual line 070-777-08297 or 080-333-06-500 is our usual line. Here in Lagos, we are located in Ikeja, and we are going to be operating from the central Lagos Island to cover most of the BTS site that is built within the Lagos metropolis. I'm talking about Ekpe, coming towards VI, moving towards Ikoyi, going to Obalende, going towards the Third Mainland Bridge and the Kata Bridge, hitting towards, what do you call it, Iyanoworo, going to Obudu, then heading outside Lagos, Ibadan Expressway. We deployed all those sites, so we know them all. Then if you're talking about towards the Kata Bridge, going to Marina, from Marina heading towards Apapa, going to Ajagule, going to Maitu, then connecting again to Maitu Oshodi Isolo Expressway, heading towards exit of Lagos State again. Then other group are also going to join from Maitu down to the border town in Badagry. We have already prepared resources, more training centers that youths are going to be engaged on it. We are proud of this administration. We are really proud of what Mr. President is doing, giving us a listening ear. We have been trying to do this partnership. We have the skills. We can solve the problem. We have done the job. I've been in the system. Over 40, 60 persons who are working directly in GBB as an installer. They are all trained in-house. And today they are one of the best hands that we have. Most of the challenges that we are facing today is ownership. No matter how you know this job, if you don't have somebody at the helm of the affairs of the government or somebody Nigerians, that we are not going to let our nation Nigeria down. We are partnering with NASDAQ, and we are giving every Nigerian that has skills an opportunity. Another Expo 2025 is coming up by March, where all artisans in Nigeria is going to bring what they can do. This time around, it's not what your qualification is, what can you do. I'm going to be routing to Abuja by the grace of God before the end of next week, and we are going to be broadcasting from the National Assembly, from the headquarters of Nigeria, helping to onboard people in this new program of Mr. President. Some people may be thinking what we're saying, sometimes it's not real. You can see by yourself there, this is the portal, it's open already, and it's real. So if you have not done anything before in telecommunication, don't be afraid. If you have any skills at all, including mechanic, they ask that. We need all. We don't need any certificate in this training. Once you can read and write. And in the lower part of these skills, which is the maintenance of the power sectors, the generators, the battery, like you can see here, you see this is the batteries. You see the battery rack, the backup systems, and you see the rectifier, the power distribution system. We are going to train our youth on how to maintain this and to take adequate care of this whole unit. So this afternoon is just to brief you Nigerians that from next week, GBB is going to be up on this skills matter while we touch other areas little by little to ensure that we commence properly. Once again, we want to appreciate Mr. President very well. We want to appreciate the IHS as partner. We want to appreciate the ATC, every other telecom vendors. There's a lot of installation going on right now, a lot of swaps of site going on right now, and new densification sites are also coming up. So there's a lot of job opportunity. There is no limit to empowerment, but there is limit to job opportunities in Nigeria. So as we open up the portal, GBB will stand firm to to close the gap, to give opportunity to those that are ready to use their life, do better thing. And if you are going to be part of these skills, just prepare your mind that it's not, how do they call it? It's not rocket science. It's a skill that we can transfer to the next person. Before now, we're told if you don't have BSc, you don't have masters in either of the operations and maintenance in electronics, electrical electronics, in physics electronics, in mathematics, you cannot work in this field. But by the power of skills acquisition, we can transfer the knowledge to you. And we have been transferring this knowledge to a lot of other people. So you are not an exception, my brother. So you that you are not in Lagos right now, don't panic. Those in Abuja, we have our stations in Abuja, and as we're coming, we're going to meet with the Minister for Communication. We are also going to meet with all the partners in telecoms and open this channel. And for those of you that are already in the system doing this job, I know the risk that is involved in this whole job. We know how terrible it is when it comes to let's get this thing work. But if you put your mind in anything, you will be able to do it. I want to assure you, Nigerians, that Mr. President is ready after this training to see in which way they can support the trainees to acquire the skills and to also get the job that are available at the moment. So my dear brothers and sisters, those who are watching us on the social media, those who are also in the studio with me here in Lagos, those who are also calling us on the mobile line, we encourage you to come up with us. So because of this onboardment, we are going to release the Trustcom app for our members to onboard, and onboardment is free. For those of you that are going to onboard in this skills acquisition and seeking for empowerment, if you have anything to do with your hand, you onboard on that skills acquisition, you will be guided on how to upload your information, your details, and have your unique number. As soon as we are profiling you, we are giving you all your rules and what you needed to do. This is an opportunity that can never come. It's once in a lifetime. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to make sure that we give you these skills. The equipment that we are going to be using, they are very high sophisticated equipment, and they are latest equipment that are currently in use. So as you are leaving this training, now walk, they go fine. For those of you outside the studio, please, if you are talking, lower your voice, please. We are trying to avoid today is here now. Our future is here. In the past, they used to tell us that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. You all know what that means now. The youth are not the leaders of tomorrow anymore. The youth are the leaders of today. So whatever you're not doing right now, I can assure you that by tomorrow, you won't be able to do it. So as we are standing up, don't sit in your house and be waiting for us to come to your house. No, the government is very busy. We ourselves that are aggregating for the government, we are also very busy. Most of you testify, you call me several times, say I don't pick. Not that I don't want to pick. I want to pick your call, but I'm always very busy because at every minute I have one demand, one challenge to solve to be able to give you what you need as my member or partner. So as you are in your house watching this program, make sure that you share it. Sharing this program is for an opportunity for those who are not with us right now, those who is not even our members, so that they can watch us online, so that they can see what we're doing, so that they can also be part of this good news and this glorious opportunity from Mr. President. Thank you very much this afternoon. We can't appreciate everybody right now, but the good news is that we have started onboardment. And from any moment from now, those of you in GBB, you all know how to onboard yourself. You go to the app, you onboard yourself directly on the skills acquisition, and then put your information, your address, your data, your full name, that you can be contacted. If you don't do this, there's no way we can look for you. This training does not necessarily mean that you have to be with us in Lagos or in Abuja or in Kano or in Port Harcourt. Anywhere you are, we'll have an online class that will be going on. And those who are already doing this job on the field, they will carry a live transmit operation from the field. We are not doing recording program at all. I've never done that, and I don't think I want to do that. Anything you see me doing, I want to make sure you get it real time. I don't want to edit anything. If I make mistake, it's mistakes. And I don't need to make mistake because this is what I know. And I'm ready to give it out to those that are ready to take this as skills to better their life. There are other prominent Nigerians that are supposed to join us on this program today, but I beg their pardon because of the importance of this program, most especially those that are joining us that are already in the system, working for MTN, for Huawei, for Globalcom, for Etisalat, for wherever network that you are, even those on the fiber optic SNL line plates that you are working with. You just need to onboard yourself quickly because most of you are going to come in as resource persons. This is to give to us and give to Nigerians what you have learned over time. Any knowledge I have today, I'm very pleased with God because I come into Lagos without knowledge, and today, by the grace of God, I'm 20 years in the industry, and I have broke the record. I've given empowerment. I've created opportunities. I've built a structure that even if I'm gone from this earth, the name cannot be eroded away. It's written, it's there. There is no doubt about it. So anything that we are going to be doing from this moment, we are going to have it on our app. Those of you who have something to do with your hand, who have small businesses, who have shops, who have other things, go and onboard there. It's free. This one, you are not subscribing for anything that you are paying money for. You are subscribing, declaring your intention that you want to be part of what Mr. President is bringing to us. And in other skills, the young ladies, it's not about engineering, it's not about the men alone. It's also part of you girls are going to work with us in the back end office because if a cord drops, it's our responsibility to restore the site. If you are going to supply diesel, it's our responsibility to protect the diesel even while we have supplied it to the site. If the tank is not calibrated, it's our responsibility to calibrate the tank. If the pipes are leaking, diesel spill, floater failure, even though there is no diesel anywhere that floater can fail again, that we know. But what about the infrastructures that we have installed on the site and they are vandalizing them? The Nigerian youth are going to take over all these taxes. What about the servicing of the generators, the power machines? Do we need a certificate to service generators? It's a question. This is why so many of us are behind, because what we were told that until you have this certification, you cannot do this. No, it's not like that. Once you have interest and you're ready to learn, we are going to give you everything bit by bit. Okay, look at me. I'm here in Lagos now. I was in Abuja last year, but I'm in Lagos today. And I'm still working with the Abuja people. I'm still working here with Port Harcourt. I'm still working with Kano. All that matters is let somebody take ownership of the site as we are going to clusterize the site. To you people in a very short moment. Everything needs maintenance. If you wash, if I put on this cloth now and I don't wash it today, I don't wash it tomorrow, by next tomorrow, I'm very sure it's going to be smelling. So if you don't learn anything about your life, if you don't have any skill added to what you have learned from school, I'm telling you, in the next 1 or 2 years, you are going to be out of that business. Today we are flourishing because we have something to do with our hands. Or so long as people are making call, we must continue in business. We must remain in business because my duty and your duty is to ensure that there is no downtime. Most of the contractors that you see out there, because they are contractors, they are there to make money, they are there to enrich themselves. But we, GBB, is here to empower, to give the skill to translate it to the ordinary Nigerian that is ready to have something to do. Any country I go, I don't look for a job. I've been to several countries. Most of you know me. What can you do? That is always my question, my interview. What can you do? Because I know the job. I know it. I take my time to understand what telecom means, what maintenance means. Why do we have to talk about maintenance, skills? Because why? After building the structure, it needed to be maintained. So I am going to be inviting some of us that are already in the system to start coming on board and then delivering lecture. Most of the schools are already calling us, the universities. We're going to have your 1 day free lecture period in a week, and we're going to be coming with all you need to know. As you're leaving this training, I can assure you, you're going straight to the site and you will deliver. This is not about somebody telling you you have to read the history of telecom. You need to know when telecom started. You need to know from the first generation, second, third, fourth, LTE, 3G, 5G. No, we are going to give you the basics that you need, and as you go, you grow yourself. This is why we call it Skills Acquisition Center. It is not a forewall of the university. Don't be discouraged. Don't be frustrated. Nigerians are going through a lot of pains. And these pains will not stop if we don't stop it. And how do we stop the pain without doing the right thing? Part of the right thing, you see us every day coming, addressing issues, talking to Nigerians, giving authority to those who are ready to use their life for a better reason. I remain very powerful in this industry, in this airspace, when you talk about positive thinking. I don't engage myself in issues that is not impactful. I don't engage myself in bringing down syndrome. I don't engage myself in jealousy. Why not me? I don't engage myself in let's bring this person, let's knock him up. I can only be part of a system that is fruitful, that can move forward, that have an executive control over what is our challenge, which is unemployed. So our partnership with most of the government is not a partnership of we are asking money from them. No, we have never asked money from any of the arms of the government that we are partnering with. Go and ask of GBB in the Ministry of Agriculture, go to the Office of the Director of Federal Cooperative, go to Ministry of Science and Tech, go to NASDAQ, go name them. We don't ask for money, and they don't ask us for money. But if you want to do business with government, you must be very patient. And that is why we took our time to build this understanding with government over time, so that those of you coming from behind will have a legacy, a track record, and a path of easy landing. For you to come into the government through Idea Lab, for you to come into the government through GBB, we have built our interest in the government, and most especially to impart on the middle-aged men and women, those people that their ways are not set, the youth. Nigerians that are suffering on the street. That name street, we want to cancel it. Look at what is happening to our youth all over the world. Look at the panic that is going on in America today. Look at how people are just being arrested from the road, bumped into truck, take for deportation camp all over the country once you're in Nigeria. This is not fair anymore. If anybody is not feeling it, we back home are feeling the shame for those of us that are still going through pain. If you want to leave this country and you have done everything rightly through the normal channel, nobody will stop you even 1 second in the city of Washington. We travel through the airports of different countries, different borders. Nobody has ever stopped us. If you stop us, we have an adequate answer, the reason why we are going to that country, and we have a cover that will please those that needed to know. Please, my brothers and sisters, let us bring ourselves back home. To what we're facing. God will help us, Nigerians, because we are a nation that is blessed. We are a nation that everything that we needed to do is available. But look at us today. People are selling their houses just to leave Nigeria. They call it japa in the local language. What are you japaing for? When you have everything. Nigeria is a peaceful and a loving country. Somebody like me, nobody should expect me to tell you I want to japa. Japa to where? Rather, I want to build a structure that if you japa and come back, you'll be able to come and have a rest. Those of you that are there, now we need to speak out for you people, because the country is no longer welcoming you. Why? Because our nation is not moving forward. But thank God we have a president today that is listening to the ordinary, the very important people, the special Nigerians, the grassroots people. So anything we do, we still give kudos to Mr. President, to this administration. And I'm begging all of us, the Renew Hope ambassadors of Nigeria, as you are going to be branded any moment from now, I want us to do the job for Nigeria. Whatever we feel that is not right, let us don't get involved. But whatever we feel that is right, let us get involved. Let us change it. Change is not one day. If you are doing the right thing, I am doing the right thing, I'm assuring you that change will come. And Nigeria will become the best place that me and you will be proud of. I am proud to be a Nigerian. Even in schools, in abroad, I don't hide my identity. I'm a Nigerian. Some of them say, yeah, part of your national. I tell them, no, I'm a complete Nigerian. Anywhere I go, I speak Nigerian language. And Nigeria is my country. And I'm very proud of being a Nigerian. The other day, I was giving kudu to Michael Adenuga Jr., the CEO founder of Globacom. I was trying to tell them what we say, glow with pride. Why do we call it glow with pride? Who are there when we started building Globacom? If I go around today and I see Globacom site, I shed tears. Look, my eyes, water will be coming down from my eyes. This is not what we fight for. This is not what we build. This is not the Globacom we build. And I believe the MTN, that is a South African company, is also facing the same thing. So it is now right for Nigerians to come and involve ourselves, just like some of us are not involved in politics. We only go to support them who is the next candidate. This time around, I'm urging youth to be involving in politics, as we are going to gather ourselves in numbers to vote this administration, those who are willing to move us forward. There is no sentiment. I don't have sentiment in anything I do. If my brother is wrong, I tell him you are wrong. If my father is wrong, I tell my father you are wrong. If you like, take it or not. Nobody is going to stop me from driving on the highway. It's a federal government road. Nobody will stop me from making use of my phone because I said it. It's my mobile phone. I speak to it. I say what I want to say with it. But so long as I didn't offend the masses. Our leaders were begging you people. We're on our knees. This is a wake-up call. Go and onboard yourself. Onboardment on the skills acquisition platform on Trustcom app is free. If you don't understand, if you have any difficulties, any challenges, call the customer care service. They are there live in the office. They are here with me in this studio in their own section. I'm going to take you guys there by next week, and you see how many numbers of people sitting down here just to attend to you, Nigerians. Nobody is sponsoring us. No government is giving us money. No private individual can wake up and say, I have given you this. Nobody has given us anything. We have been using our hard-earned resources, we, the youth. We, the youth, 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 Sometimes if you want to go in that direction, it is very shameful. When you put your resources together, you are ready to give to your citizens, and the people who are supposed to have the good news are still frustrating you, and the youth are on the street. They are dying. Every day the police is killing. Every day the army is killing. Every day the EFC is embarrassing them. All this embarrassment is recorded on the space. It can never be deleted from there. These are youths that will be the leaders of tomorrow. It's not me anymore. I'm doing my own part now, and you need to start doing your own part. I'm returning back from Lagos by next week, and I'm going to be with the Director General of NASDAQ, Dr. Matthew Olumide Adepoju. We are going to meet with him. Our equipments are already there. He's a gallant man. Among all the DGs, I don't know those that I have met, none, I said none in particular, is like Matthew Olumide Adepoju. He is a man who wants to develop Nigeria. He wants to move us forward. He wants to give us the opportunity. He wants to make sure that whatever we're doing, we get it done rightly. And we will continue to pray for Dr. Matthew Olumide Adepoju. That office is in Gbb for youth empowerment. Gbb is onboarding people who are ready to take this training, who are ready to be part of this development, who want to support Mr. President, support the operators, support the indigenous solutions. You have our hand. We welcome you. We grab you with all mind. And those of you, small business owners, market women, we are coming. Don't be in a hurry. The government has position for you. Everything that we are saying, it has been saying. Now it's time for action, and we are going to start action. But we are starting with onboardment of the skill. So from now till next week, the Trustcom app, go to Google Play Store, you type Trustcom, you download it, then go to skills acquisition, onboard yourself with your details, give us your area of interest. If you have any skills you want to offer to the youth, bring it on board. We are going to, customer care will contact you immediately. We'll get your details and profile you, and also profile you for Expo 2025. The president is going to be there. All the dignitaries and members of the international ECOWAS are going to be there. Whatever you are bringing there, we are showcasing it. In our next program, maybe by Friday, I'm going to show you the whole picture of what the Expo look like. It's a skills program that will bring together all that we can do in Nigeria. It's a Nigerian-made product. How do we promote it? How do we export it? How do we begin to benefit from what we have learned as a people? Part of the things that we are saying right now is that we are ready and we will start onboardment. Please don't pay money to anybody. Once you are onboarding on that app, it's you and the app. If you have challenges, call the customer care. If you have challenges, speak to us directly. And once you are set, your training manual will be made available for you. Your time to start your learning will be those who will be online, those who have at your comfortable time. Go and take your lecture. Go and listen to what's happening there, because we are bringing real-time installing pictures and videos from site. Configurations, maintenance. How do you check this antenna? What do you mediate? How do you do routine check, spot check? How do you do wet season preventive maintenance, dry season preventive maintenance? How do we keep this site to run 100% availability? All this, you are going to be fully equipped with them. And you have a back-end office where you can always call us when you have challenges. I don't want any of you to think it's a difficult process. It's a very easy and simple process that we are bringing. Seamless. You don't have any challenge at all. May God continue to bless us and bless Nigeria, our nation. We know a lot of us are going through pains right now, but let's be patient. With what is happening now, Nigeria will move forward in the speed of light. The pains that we are going through is a sacrifice that we are paying for better things to come. I'm appealing to all of us Nigerians to be patient, to give God glory no matter what's going on now. Those of us in abroad, it's not easy for them too. And those who are preparing to go, I'm not advising you to go anywhere now. Come and acquire the skill certificate. Come and acquire the knowledge so that when you are going, your academic certificate is an optional. You all know. Well, after being a graduate, a BSc, you go to abroad and they ask you to come and write an English improvement program. What an embarrassment to Nigerian university. It's a shame. It's a shame. I told them in University of Bradford, I said, I am not writing English improvement program. I am not doing that. I study in English and I understand English very well. And I can write English very perfectly, but English is not my mother tongue. You don't expect me to be perfect like an Englishman who's from England. That syndrome, that rejection that is in us, I'm going to talk about it in my next program. Because I cannot speak English, that makes me an illiterate. If a Chinese man is not speaking English, it's appreciated. If a Russian is not speaking English, it's appreciated. If an American who's speaking slangs, who tells you Ghana, man, ha, he, go, ha, cha, who, is appreciated. But me, who speaks English and make mistakes as an error, you don't appreciate me. No. If you want to know if I can speak, ask me in my mother language. So those of you who are saying, because I don't have any certificate, can I come for this training? The training is for all. It's just like we say security. Security is for all. So please, my dear brothers and sisters, this moment is a moment of glory to me. For government to adhere to what we have been saying and coming up with this program, spending money, building that have been happening. And today, we are in the reality now. Today, we are in the reality. Thank you very much, Nigerians all over the world. Those of you watching this program is gearing towards the skills acquisition and high-level development for us, the unemployed youth. And we that God has given us the opportunity to speak to you, to moderate you, because we're not the best. We don't know it all. It's just an opportunity that we are standing before you today, the masses. Just see it that way and respect us in that direction. We appreciate you all. I appreciate all of you who have been supporting us. Those who rejected us too, those who shut their offices at us, those who gave us high requirement, knowing fully well that we are just young youth company growing, that we can't meet it up, stylishly drove us from your office. I'm not going to call name, but a time will come, I'll call name with reference and everything. A time will come that Nigerians will know that there are people who are enemies of this country. A time will come that I will speak, I will bring facts. But I still appreciate what we are going through right now because we have not been rejected by the Nigerian president and those who are in that cabinet of empowerment. Thank God for accepting us this very moment. And we want to appreciate Almighty for giving us the strength, because it's only the strength that is carrying us. Nigerians, I appreciate you all for your support all over the time, and we'll continue to do what we are doing to ensure that we benefit and we come out of the poverty. Mr. President made promises of lifting 50 million youths in this administration through skills acquisition, and GBB key into it as part of the Renew Hope ambassadors, and we are given this opportunity to ensure that you have adequate information about skills and onboard yourself so that we know where the unemployed people are. So TrustCom is an app for you to onboard yourself. Even if you are working right now, go and onboard yourself. Onboardment is free. Thank you very much. I remain Engineer Brian Moses Igoche. Alekwi Hofa Dania Ball Gloria Originale. When it's balling, it's rolling, it's moving. When it's glorious, it's to His Almighty. He merited it. When it's originale, that means it's authentic. That means it's accepted. As you will all accept me as your brother, your father, your elder, your son, I also accept every young team in Nigeria, and we are ready to impart this knowledge. May God give us the ability to carry on in this project. Do have a lovely evening. This is Wednesday from Lagos, Ikeja to be precise. Thank you and have a lovely evening. Bye for now.